Hi guys, in this short video I'm going to show you the game engine of the Tales of the Externals. So in this game, a solo card adventure game, you will be working with a group of externals. So these externals are humans that have awakened abilities that are similar to the fantasy. So like we have humans, they will become paladin, warriors, mages, but everything is based in our current time. So this story and this idea is based on a series of books written by a friend of mine, and therefore the graphics somehow reflects that world. So let me explain you a little bit more about the engine. So this area here, this whole area here, is going to be called the foundation and is the base of operation. So the first phase of the game, you will be gathering all your cubes representing the externals here on the headquarters. Later on, you will assign jobs. So that means that you will assign them to different sections of the areas. Mainly the sections of the base serve the purpose of defense, this here, commerce to create new resources, and recovery to basically speed up the recovery and the availability of your cards. Down here is a sort of alignment phase where you will use these points to recruit new cards that are here to follow your war against the mastermind over here. We will discuss more about this in a moment. So after you recruit your men, then you will proceed to the mission phase. I forgot to mention that you should have assigned some of these men here, these externals, to the mission phase. So in this case, I have assigned these guys to the mission. So I will use one yellow, then one red, and I will flip them. So later on, I will choose if it's an easy, medium, or hard quest or mission. Let's say I'll start with an easy one. I will flip it, and here I will see the points that I need to match. In this case, I will roll a dice to determine if I'm able or not. I will flip them in case they become exhausted. And if successful, I will then flip the cards and I will gain the trophy. In this case, is a 6th sense card that I will put underneath this. This will allow me over time, when I reach 3 points here, to upgrade all the yellow and therefore upgrade them all. This colors represents the major classes in a fantasy world. So the blues are the keepers, sort of like mage, wise. The red are the fighters, so the combats of basically the core fighters of the game. And the rogues represents assassins, thieves, and all sorts of smugglers and so forth. So once you do your mission, at the end of everything, then there will be a shadow phase where the enemy will track you, track the people that you've sent on a mission. Therefore, more people you send on a mission, the more likely the enemies will spot you and they will attack your base. So that's why it would be wise to keep at least some of your workers on a defense. So once these are done and this damage has been inflicted, basically the purpose of the game after this attacking is to be able to put investigative points on the main quest over here. You see, this is a first phase, chapter 1. Then you will go to chapter 2 and then chapter 3. You will gain these points by accomplishing quests. Now, how you can lose the game? You lose the game in 2 ways. The ways number 1, these guys here, they will attack your base and they will kill your little men. So you will run out of dices to place. Or number 2, this deck here, the shadow deck, will run out 2 times. After the first time, you will flip this enemy card and he will become stronger. That means the time is running out. The second time you run out of this deck, as you can read here, when you deplete your shadow deck for the second time, the game is lost. So, to recap, this solo game consists in managing your base in this area here, then assigning your externals or dices or workers to this area here, to the missions, then resolving your quests, and then there will be a shadow phase where the enemy, the AI, will attack your base. All of this in order to, again, complete the major quest over here that will allow you eventually to win the game once you will reach chapter 3, the final chapter, Stop the Ritual. So as you can see, the more you progress in the story, the more it will be easier for the enemy to spot your man, and the more he spots your guys, basically the more cards will be placed here, so the harder it will get. So I know this is just a brief overview. Probably in the future, if you guys are interested, I can put a sort of like a more in-depth review of the round with all the phases, maybe even like a game playthrough. As it is, the game is a totally beta testing. There are many things that may change, especially the values, the numbers, but overall, this is the game. So please let me know what you think about it and how I could retheme if you think something else more cool or fresh could be added. I'm open to suggestions. Bye.